All right, so pre-workout has been drank, and I gotta say, it's really not doing much for me today. I wish it was, but it's not. So this is gonna be solely a kind of a dig deep. Well, really every workout's like that, but there are some, more so than others, and that's pretty much what this is gonna be. Um, I'm trying like mentally inside my head to convince myself that the heat is not getting to me, and I'm not tired. I'm not exhausted. I'm just being a little bitch, you know. Um, it's kind of working and it's kind of not. So, but usually, like, I'm not gonna say much here because usually when I feel like this, and I just gotta admit at this point, I'm, I'm feeling the effects of working in the heat. But usually when I feel like this, the best thing that I've found that works for me is to just shut up, not hesitate. That's where people fuck up. I think they hesitate and start to doubt and almost convince themselves not to work out. Now, if you're legitimately hurt or like throwing up, you have the flu, whatever. Yeah, I mean, take a day or two, whatever you need. But for the most part, just fucking jump in. Figure out what you're gonna do. Kind of lay it out on paper, on your phone, in your head, whatever works. Lay out what you're gonna do, and then just fucking go for that first set, man. Warm up and go for it. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do right now. Um, I am going a little heavier. I started doing these unilateral leg curls with, I think, with it on 90, only 90 pounds, and then the past couple weeks I've done 100. And today, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm adding 15 pounds to the 90, which makes it 105. So it's only 5 pounds more, but when you're going one limb at a time, 5 pounds makes a pretty big difference. So, like, don't be surprised if by the third set here, there's a possibility that I'm only doing 7 or 8 reps. But that's kind of what I want. I want to push the boundaries a little bit today within the context of still keeping good form and good control. Um, so we'll see. Let's do this first one. That'll tell me everything I need to know. So, damn you. I had to cheat a little bit on that last rep on the right leg here. Oh, fuck. Was that just one set? Because it feels like I've done, I don't know, more than one, that's for sure. I have a hard time believing my left leg is strong, or my left hamstring is stronger than my right, but I guess it is. Or it's the whole scenario of I started with my left, and then by the time I get to my right, just overall general fatigue has already set in a little. which affects my right leg, kind of hampering it just a little bit. I guess I could start my right on the next one and kind of test that theory. I think I definitely felt that 5 pounds for sure. I still did 12 each leg, so still not terrible. Like I was expecting to only get maybe 10. So that's good. Let's do two more and see what I can get with the next two. Well, I forgot to start with the right leg on that one instead of the left. Story of my life. But that was actually better. The right leg, it still felt a little more difficult on the final couple reps than the left leg did. But I don't know, just with a little more focus and channeled aggression while still trying not to get sloppy. But with me doing those two different things, uh, it kind of brought it closer. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'll just start the left leg again on this third and final one, and we'll go from there. Damn it. Oh my god. I don't think I could have asked for a better 3 sets to start this workout. They sucked in the absolute best way. Give me like 20 seconds My right leg's a little more fatigued than my left, but do a little drop set real quick. All right. Like I said, it doesn't get much better than that. My legs, well, my hamstrings, pretty pretty toast at the moment. So let's go focus on quads a little bit. Get those feeling the same way, and then I'll finish with some kind of a compound lift. Well, the feel out sets here did not feel as good as they normally do, or at least as good as they normally have for the past, well, however long I've been doing these unilateral uh, leg curls and leg extensions. But last week when I was doing hack squats, my knee started bothering me, and I'm still feeling it today. So it's been 7 days. It's not as bad, obviously, but I still, especially since I'm doing one leg at a time here, even more emphasis on the one leg whenever, or the one leg that's bothering me. So I'm gonna try to keep doing unilateral sets here. I'm gonna have to go even slower probably than what I want to. Um, just try to be safe and do what I can. The plan was originally just like I did on leg curls was to come over here and go just a little bit heavier than I did last week. But with my knee feeling like this, it's just not gonna be the case. So the main thing here is just get a good pump. Go as intense as I can in a different way without adding weight. I'm just gonna go a little slower probably, especially on the eccentric. Do 3 sets and a drop set, and I might be relegated to the leg press for 2 or 3 weeks. Try to let my knee get a little better, maybe even longer. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I got it on 170, which is what I think I did last week. Um, Now I'm second guessing that. Did I do 170? Well, now I can't remember. Part of me is saying I did. I turned this little knob where you can add 15, 5, 10, or 15 extra pounds. Part of me is wondering if I added 5 or I don't know. Let's just stick 170. If it's even easier than I think and my knee feels okay, then I'll go up. But this first one, I guess I'll do 170 and just go from there because I can't fucking remember shit. Got the memory of a 100-year-old. I don't know. Well, I won't lie to you and say that felt great because it didn't. A couple of those reps actually got away from me even because the pain kind of hit. It's not severe, but I mean it's just very tender, and there's a sharp jabbing pain every now and then. I'm gonna try to keep going though. We'll see. I'm not gonna make any promises at this point. Yeah, my right leg can handle that pretty comfortably. This is what it is. I'll make the best of this. I'm not gonna go up any. I don't want to chance it. I felt a little better. The blood's starting to flow and take that pain away a little bit. Let me get out of this death trap for a minute and let my legs breathe a little bit before I do this drop set. I will say though, I'll keep it the same weight. I don't really actually need to drop weight, but I will say very quickly, these last two sets. Let me just be specific to my left leg, the one that my knee's bothering me. These last two felt way better than the first one, so I feel good about that. Now all three of them, my right leg felt fine. So, but the last two, my left leg, big improvement, much improved. So, all right, let's do this drop set. Oh, shit. Yeah, that did it. But that did the trick right there. Now, let's move on. I'm done here. All right, it took me a solid, probably 15 minutes to even be able to try this. I did like two or three feel out sets. My quads were so pumped from the leg extensions. I, I had to wait. It's probably been about close to 15 minutes, if not 15. Um, but yeah, I got my bands, which is kind of cool. Now I don't really have to worry about. Well, theoretically, we'll see if this works. But I don't have to worry about the fucking 45s falling off. And also, I feel like this is the week. I went heavier on leg curls. Wanted to go heavier on leg extensions, but with my knee, feeling the way it is, we'll wait on that. But on the leg press, normally when I do leg press at the end, after leg curls and leg extensions, I had been just doing 10 plates per side, and that's it. Slow, steady, controlled reps. I think I was usually getting between 12 and 15, maybe a hair more, one or two more than 15 on a really good day. So I feel like it's a as good a time as any to add some weight a little bit. These are only 25, so it's only an extra 50 pounds. Um, which on a compound movement, especially legs, legs is generally the strongest um, group of muscles. Because because they're the biggest, but you can usually lift the most with your legs. So adding 50 pounds on leg press, I'm thinking it should take away a minimum of 3 reps. So, I mean, just guessing here. If this was going to be a really good day, I should still be able to get at least 12, maybe 13. I don't know. Just kind of guessing here, but best way to find out is just to do it. So, um, I would like to do 4 sets here, but we'll see. If I do 3, man, I just feel like that's enough. I'll stop at 3. But ideally, I'd like to do 4. We'll see when we get to that point. I kind of called that right on the money unintentionally. I did 13, I'm pretty sure. Whew. I'd say that's pretty much right where I want to be. Let's do 2 more at least. Holy shit. Okay, I was thinking a back down set or even a drop set was doable. You know, it was gonna be kind of in the books today. I could do it, but after that, I changed my mind. That that's good. That was plenty. I'm done. Leg day is done. You kind of know you're into that point whenever one you've done some sets, obviously not from set two. I mean, come on, but you know you're a good chunk in to your workout. Maybe you're close to the end or a little over halfway, and it's gonna vary from day to day, week to week. But whenever you go to do a set, and from the first rep, or like let's say you're doing a set of 15, and normally 15 reps with this, what you're doing, no matter where you are in the workout, is manageable. It's you can make it intense, but it's not crazy heavy. But for whatever reason, this day or this week, you get to like rep 3, and you're already burning out. That is a good indicator that maybe just for that day, like I said, maybe it's a good idea to cut a little bit short. And this isn't even short. This is 9 sets. I normally do 10 sets of legs, and I'm done. So I'm only losing 1 set. But would I like to have done it today? Yeah. But I'm trying to listen to my body, especially with this heat that I got to work in all week. You know, I think my body's kind of telling me this is a good place to stop. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Put all these fucking weights back, and we'll go check out the leg pump. Actually, might do a little right here. I don't know how good this lighting is though. The veins are definitely popping. I don't know if you probably can't tell on the camera, but whew, they are. Veins are going crazy right now. Oh shit. Okay, give me a little bit of time here, and I'll go try this again around in the back somewhere. After I've rested for that's probably been 5 or 10 minutes, I I feel even more tired. So in hindsight, I'm really glad I didn't do that. It was again, I was only gonna do either a back down or a drop set, so it's not like the weight would have been crazy. But again, it's always easier to say this in hindsight. You know, hindsight's 2020. Um, but yeah, I'm really glad I didn't do it. My legs are fucked, and just in general, man, I just feel. And I knew that I said this Monday. Um, I think it's from the heat, and I knew this was a good possibility, almost a certainty that it was going to happen. But it is what it is. I gotta go to work, right? Um, I don't just piss out money, so I just gotta find my best way to kind of just work with it, work around it. Like I said, do what I can. But yeah, 9 sets of legs today. That's all I needed, man. So let's try to check out this pump. My quads are still actually even my hamstrings. Everything's still just pretty fucking pumped. So um, might be kind of hard, but let's get a little look at it. That's it. I'm ready for another meal. All I've had today was a Quest chocolate chip protein bar. Those are only 190 calories, 20 grams of protein. They don't taste the best. They're not my favorite protein bar when it comes to flavor and texture, even. But a lot of dieting and looking the best you can look is about eating what may not necessarily taste the best to you, but it's um, gonna give you the best results. Because it's like I said, it's um, only 190 calories, I believe. Uh, only 4 carbs. I think like 1 gram of sugar or something. Or I might have those flip flops, but either way, they're both low. So yeah, I need a nothing unhealthy, but I need a little bit bigger meal on me. I'm starting to get a little lightheaded. So that's it. Leg day done. Tomorrow, be back again for chest, and hopefully I'm not too drained. It's a chest day, so that alone will have me a little more hyped. It's my favorite day, but we'll see how what kind of factor the heat plays. We'll see tomorrow.